fact that I even own this shirt is absolutely hilarious to me. But you're gonna find out exactly why I'm wearing it, and let's start with this. Picture this. You wanna go on vacation. You want white sandy beaches, crystal clear water, and you only need to drive 20 to 30 minutes. What's going on, everybody? It's Sasha, your licensed real estate market expert here in Charlotte, and today we are going to talk about the Lagoon Beach Club in Huntersville, North Carolina. So this is something that was proposed roughly about a year ago that I've been keeping my eye on. You know, anytime some of these developments pop up, you really don't know how things are gonna go. There's such a long process to get things approved. And sure enough, it popped back on my radar recently when they started going for the zoning petitions for this new Lagoon Beach Bay Club in Huntersville. So we're gonna talk about everything you need to know about this as of now, but make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you can keep up with future updates on this development, new developments, videos on neighborhoods, suburbs, zip codes, everything you need to know about Charlotte and its surrounding areas. And as always, call, text, or email me anytime. All my contact information is right here and also linked down below. I'd love to chat with you. So with that being said, what is Lagoon Beach Bay Club? Essentially, it's going to be a 270-acre mixed-use development with a 10-acre lagoon surrounded by beaches directly in the center of it. Where is it going to be? In Huntersville. The proposed plan right now is looking like they want it to be between Highway 77, Sanford Road, and Mays Road, which if you know anything about Huntersville, a lot of it is developed. The majority of it is along 77, which I just mentioned, but there's so much farmland that's left to be developed. And this farmland that they're looking at to build this Blue Lagoon is 270 acres, located just 20 minutes from Center City, uptown Charlotte, which is kind of mind-blowing to think that you can be so highly condensed in Center City, uptown Charlotte, and be able to drive 20-25 minutes to a resort-themed lagoon that's so close nearby. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I'm thinking about this, I live on the opposite side of Huntersville. I live in South Charlotte right next to Matthews, so it takes me about 30 minutes to get to the Huntersville area. And me being on this side of town, I'm looking at it, hey, I wouldn't mind if we had a Blue Lagoon. I wouldn't mind spending some time somewhere. So it's one of those things, but they're getting a ton of pushback from the residents in Huntersville. The number one theme of the problem seems to be traffic. Huntersville tends to have a lot of traffic during our peak hours, and obviously if you're putting a 270-acre mixed-use development, it's going to add to that traffic. So right now, let's dive in a little bit on this project just so you can get a little bit more background of what they're hoping to do and what they're planning on doing in this mixed-use development. So Lagoon Beach Bay Club is essentially going to be an $800 million mixed-use development. 270 acres, in the middle of that 10 acres of crystal clear water, white beaches surrounding it, and obviously you're going to have your retail shops, you're going to have your restaurants, your stores, your coffee shops, your breweries, and things like that. But the tricky part is once we get into actually being able to use the lagoon. From what I'm reading, it's essentially going to be a country club style thing. So in order for you to have access to the lagoon, to the water sports, they're planning on a 2-story fitness center. It's looking like it's going to be about $400 to $500 a month membership on top of your initiation fee of $10,000. I'm not a member of a country club, but that definitely sounds in line with some of the prices that you have there. However, the mixed-use development portion, which is expected to be about 60 acres or so of restaurants, dining, shopping, all of that stuff is going to be open to the public. Along with the retail spaces, you're going to have 300 condos set up in that area. And as far as the residential spaces, they're looking at building a 200-room luxury hotel, 180 townhomes, 250 single-family homes, and 432 high-end apartments. Just saying that is astounding me. I cannot imagine all of that taking place within this area. I thought Ballantyne Reimagined was a big project. I thought building a couple skyscrapers in Uptown Center City is a big project. If something like this Blue Lagoon passes, passes all the rezoning, they are potentially expected to start in 2024. Not exactly sure how long it would take to complete this, but I can only imagine it would take a couple of years. So they already have one of these Blue Lagoons made, and it's in Tampa, and it's about 7.5 acres of Blue Lagoon water. So the one that they're proposing for the Huntersville area is going to be a little bit bigger, sitting at 10 acres. Now, I am just not sure. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I guess it kind of sort of makes sense, but in my mind, I would think, why would you want to put this in Huntersville? Why not go maybe 45 minutes out from Center City, Charlotte? And then the reason is some of these fees that they might be talking about. If this is like a country club setup where you have to pay that monthly potential $400 to $500 a month on top of a $10,000 initiation fee, the people that are living 45 minutes out, that is not going to be convenient for somebody that's paying those prices. So you need convenience. So you can't essentially be out in the middle of nowhere expecting people to pay those prices to use this type of lagoon style, to be using the mixed use development to bring so many people into that community. So in all honesty, Huntersville does make a little bit more sense. You're gonna have more money there, more people willing to pay for something like that. And as I mentioned, I'm on the other side of Huntersville. So if I can get there in 30 minutes, I'm sure there's gonna be so many people in and around Charlotte that are gonna wanna take advantage of something like this if it were to come up, instead of having to drive an hour and a half to 2 hours to the beach. So honestly, my thoughts on this are completely mixed. I like it as far as one aspect goes, and then I don't like it as far as other aspects go. I think the pricing, if that pricing is correct, the $400 to $500, $10,000 initiation fee, I think that is very high. But I also understand what they're trying to do. They're not trying to make this like a public pool. They're trying to make it something a lot more exclusive, and they don't want that whole area to just be overwhelmed with a ton of people paying $5 to get in and use the lagoon. So they're trying to keep it a little bit more exclusive. So I completely understand that, but at the same time, I think they should have a structure just like the Whitewater Center does. Buy a day pass, maybe adults, each adult maybe is $50. If you have kids, 18 or under, maybe it's $25 or something like that. Something where you can make reservations to utilize the space and all of that stuff. But right now, things are still very choppy, and they recently had the meeting, and like I said, a lot of the residents are just giving a lot of pushback, and the main thing seems to be due to the traffic. People just don't want it. Recently, they were trying to expand and rezone to make Birkdale Village a ginormous shopping center in Huntersville to make it bigger, and the residents were shooting that down as well. So right now, it's not going according to plan based off the pushback. The developer is even suing two of the residents over there for I don't know what. But right now, it's a little bit rocky. But if it's one thing I know about developers as far as building bypasses, building new buildings, widening roads, they might not get what they want right then and there, but they keep pushing, and eventually they will build it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, call, text, or email me if there's anything I can ever do for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.